Hi guys, thanks for joining me for this short and sweet, shiny and stable practice where we will open up our hearts nice and gently, any degree that feels right for you. So I'll definitely offer a few different variations. This class should be appropriate for all levels, and if you have a modification or a greater variation that you know and love, feel free to incorporate that at any time. And if you're just kind of new, beginning to yoga, just take it nice and slow, simple, skip anything that doesn't feel good for you, and make sure not to take the deeper variations that are offered, so you can just slowly integrate into your body. So we'll get some love into our chest, heart, and shoulders. So when you're ready, we'll start in. Actually, you may want a strap or a small towel. So if you have just something that you'll be able to loop around your foot later, you may want to grab that. And when you're ready, come into child's pose. So extended child's pose. You're going to open your knees wide, big toes touch, hips drop back into the heels, hands walk forward. Wrap the outer arms down toward the floor a little bit, and then just rest your head down. You're resting your forehead down onto your mat. If this is too much on your knees, just back off a little bit, or feel free to tuck a blanket under the backs of your knees so you have a little support there. Now I'll just take a couple breaths there. So allowing your breath to start to deepen. So deep breath in through your nose. Maybe one out the mouth. Again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through the mouth. And just allow yourself to soften the space around your forehead. Maybe move your head side to side a couple of times, just kind of massaging your forehead space. Start to feel the breath deepen into the back and into pull the breath like into the hips as much as you can. Really start to fill out your breath and fill out the edges of your torso with your breath. And you're breathing in and out of your nose now. And try to find that breath that's soft but full. Nothing that causes you to feel strained at all to breathe, but that you're definitely more consciously deeper breathing. Nathaniel Branden said, "The stability we cannot find in the world, we must create within our own person." And so just here, just starting to, in this sort of unstable, uncertain time in the world, it's just really nice to take a little bit of time here on our mat to feel a little bit more stable, a little bit more grounded, connected. Creating your own stability. And then just take a couple more breaths here. And Bandaskarabeth said, when the chest is opening, the mind is opening, and we feel emotionally shiny and stability comes. So that's what today's practice is about. It's just about increasing our shine, feeling shiny, emotionally, so we can even more completely feel that stability that we can create within ourselves. So when you're ready from here, you're just going to gently lift up to a tabletop position. So allow your knees to slide into hip distance. Hands are underneath the shoulders. And inhale and just start to send your chest forward. Draw the belly button in toward the spine, lifting the chest up, a slight tilting up of the tail, really focusing on pulling your chest forward and lifting your gaze slightly, and then exhale. Pull the belly button up to the ceiling, tuck the chin toward the chest, and really press the hands into the earth. And inhale. Again, come forward. Try to lengthen, or match rather, the length of the movement with the length of your breath. So don't worry if you need to go a little faster or slower than I'm going. Let your breath guide you. You're just going to move forward and back a few more times. Warming up the spine and starting that just slow introduction to opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Good. And increasing some flexibility in the spine. And kind of shapes that do, in fact, help to just find our shine a little bit more. Last one. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale and come to a neutral spine. Let's take the right arm up. We're going to thread the needle. Right arm goes up. You're going to weave the right arm underneath so the shoulder comes to the ground and the right ear comes to the ground. You're going to press into your left hand a little bit so you can rotate, starting to look up toward the ceiling. And just one more breath. And then inhale as you're ready. Press yourself back up. Let the right arm reach back up to the sky, just unraveling everything. And then right hand down, switching sides, left arm up. On the exhale, weave the arm through. Left shoulder down, left ear down. I'm trying to turn so that my voice projects the best for you guys to hear me and see me. Right hand just in front of the face, kind of pressing into that mat to help you find more of a rotation here. Eyes are soft. That breath is still flowing. And coming up when you're ready. Letting that left arm return back up to the sky. I'm going to exhale and hand down. Good. Walk your hands forward. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. You can always opt to return to child's pose if you would prefer to skip downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Let the hips start to lift. Remember, straight spine, and then start to focus on the legs getting a little bit straighter. Okay, again, here you're wrapping your outer arms toward the back of your space. So like you're trying to turn your armpits to look at your ears. Root down through your index fingers and thumbs. Feel all your knuckles pressing down. Draw your low belly and ribs in. Couple more breaths. Extending the hips up and the heels down without rounding the spine. Head is relaxed between the upper arms. One more breath here. Good, nice work. Inhale, bring yourself forward to a plank position. Option to lower your knees down, or in one piece, you'll shift your weight forward and lower all the way down to your stomach. Hands off of the mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, lifting into a little baby cobra, locust variation. And exhale, releasing down. Good. This time, inhale, lift the chest back up. Wrap your hands behind you, clasp, interlacing the hands, squeeze the heels of the hands together if you can. Lift the chest up, reach the knuckles back. Option to lift the legs as well. Maybe hug the legs together, lift the chest up, and then exhale, slowly releasing down. Good, nice work. Hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Moving the gaze forward toward the thumbs, take a nice light step or hop, if that's in your practice, up to your thumbs. Flat back, inhale, lengthen, maybe slide hands up to shins. Nice flat back. Exhale, soft knees, fold in ragdoll. Gonna hold opposite elbows or let the arms dangle. Knees bent as much as you need to lay your stomach on your thighs. Head drops. Releasing the hands and rolling up slowly. Just take your time, no rush. Just because it's a shorter class doesn't mean you need to move fast or rush anything, but enjoy each movement, each moment. Here we are in Tadasana, standing. Nice and firm, nice and stable. So find your stability here, feet anchored into the floor, legs feel strong. You're drawing in through pelvic floor and low belly. There's just this uplifted sense supporting an open chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. We'll just move through a single round of Surya Namaskar A or Sun Salutation A. Exhale, slowly folding down, bending the knees as you need. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Half lift. Exhale, step your feet back. Good, lower forward and down, knees down or in one piece. Good, inhale, you can do that same baby cobra, hands off the mat or lift up into cobra, elbows in. Good. Good. Shoulders back, chest close forward, legs strong and firm on the ground. Exhale, releasing, back to downward facing dog. Three more breaths here. Remember to wrap those upper arms. And feel like you're hugging your forearms in toward one another. A lot of strength happening here. Good solid weight bearing pose, but don't put all your weight in your wrists. You want to spread that weight in throughout the hands. So those fingers have nice solid contact on the mat. All the perimeter edges of your hands have good solid contact on the mat. One more breath. Good. Taking gaze forward, walker, nice leg hop up to your hands. Flat back, inhale. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, Uttanasana, that's your forward fold. Reaching your arms out wide, this time reverse swan dive, coming all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, hands reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through the heart. Good, nice work. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, just kind of like moving through the flow. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk, or you could hop your feet back. One more time, lower forward and down. Skip this part if you need and take a child's pose or downward dog if you prefer. Inhale, cobra, or perhaps upward dog if that's in your practice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Step the foot up as you look at your thumbs. Try to pull the knee into the chest and step that foot as far forward as it will go. Lower your back knee down. And then hook that foot through if it didn't go all the way forward. Untuck your back toes. Lift your arms up if that's okay in your body. Otherwise, hands here or hands down here. Good. If it feels good here, I want you just enjoy a nice little cactus of the arms. Really feel that low belly, like I talk about, zipping up, pubic bone, all the way up. Zip up and let your chest open up here. Just this invitation to allow the heart light to shine. Nice and stable inner thighs kind of hugging toward the midline. When you're ready, arms back up to the sky. And then hands can come down to the ground. Step back to downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Good. Send the gaze toward the thumbs, knee to chest, step forward. Back knee down, hook the foot through. And arms up to whatever place feels right for you. And zip up, inner thighs hug in, back toes pointing straight back. Good. And then this time, if it feels good, hands clasped behind you. And you're going to just let the shoulders open. Let the chest open. Reach those knuckles back and keep lifting the heart up. So like the knuckles and the heart are going in opposite directions. Breath is smooth. If you can't breathe very smoothly, then back out of the position a little bit. Inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, the hands coming down to the ground, stepping back, downward facing dog. Good, one more time each side. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through. Inhale, arms up. Good, exhale, hands clasp, other pinky on the top. Good, inhale, stretch, reach, open. And then exhale, downward facing dog, just moving a little quicker now. Inhale, left leg up. Step the foot up. Back knee down. Arms reach up. Cactus. Dropping those elbows open. And downward facing dog. Stepping back. One more breath. Take your gaze forward. Walker, nice leg hop up to your hands. Flat back, inhale. Uttanasana, forward fold. Reach arms out wide, coming up. And allow your hands to come to your heart center. Good, we'll take a posture that helps to increase our stability and shine. That's Rajasana, your dancer pose. So when you're ready, standing on your right foot, Go ahead and grab onto your left foot. So I'm doing mirror image to you. You're going to drop that left knee in because it probably splayed out to the side. You're holding onto the outside edge of your foot for this position. Take your right hand forward any way that feels comfortable for you, keeping your shoulder. You just kind of locked into your upper back. And then kick your foot back. Kick your foot back. And just imagine someday your toes would pop out of the top of your head. Keep pulling your left hip down. Good. Right shoulder back. Good. Here, nice, big, shiny position. And don't worry if the stability is not quite there and you fall down. Just try again. It's just an opportunity to start over. Set your gaze on something nice and steady, unmoving. Kick the foot a little bit more. The more you kick, the more balanced you'll be. And release it. Beautiful job, you guys. Arms up, hands down. Pausing, just tuck your head, or tuck your chin, sorry, head bowing inward. Moment of gratitude. Thanking yourself for carving out this time. Let's try the other side. So blink your eyes open. Stepping onto that left foot, set your gaze steady. Left arm out when you're ready. Reach your right hand back, grab the outside of the foot. Drop the knee back in line with your hip. And when you're ready, track that foot straight back behind you. Please don't let it kick out to this side. Kick that foot straight back, straight back. Keep that right hip pulling down. Good. Keep energizing. That left leg is strong, steady. Keep breathing and kick and reach and try again if you fell. And celebrate any amount of stability and all of your shine. One more breath. And back up when you're ready. Nice work. Arms up, look up. Exhale. Hands down. Good. And when you're ready, we'll flow. Inhale, reaching arms out and up. Exhale, fold down. Flat back, look up, and exhale to step back or hop. Good, this time just lower your knees down onto the ground and slide your hands up. If that's too much on your knees, you can always throw a blanket or something, or you could do a quick fold of your mat, so you've got just a little extra padding. So we're coming into Ustrasana, camel pose. We're gonna take 2 rounds. First round, nice and gentle. Second round, maybe a little bit deeper. So please make sure that you're really honoring your body, your space. So if you stick 2 fists between your knees, that's a good way to measure that your knees are the right distance away from one another. Bring your hands behind you, turn the fingers up if you can. If that's not comfortable or possible, you can turn your fingers down, but please wrap your elbows and your shoulders back. Now, if that makes you pop your ribs out like it usually does for me, consciously pull those low ribs back into the body, right? Pubic bone drawing up. Belly pulling toward the spine and up, and you're just going to start to lift your chest up and start to lift your gaze up. Like a string is on your heart, and you're lifting up so much. The only direction to go from there is back. So just keep breathing, not dumping in the lower back. So really feel yourself lifting up out of your lower back, right? And pressing the hips forward, keeping the hips right over the knees rather than leaning back. So you shouldn't feel your quads fire up a bunch here. Should just be nice and stable. Lifting up. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sitting back. If you need to sit on something, go ahead and do that. Or if you need to opt for a child's pose instead, that would be fine. With your eyes closed, just notice how you feel. So, second round, you may do the same thing that you just did and keep your hands on your back. That's great, and maybe it just goes a little bit deeper. You feel a little bit more open. If that's the case, great. And if you'd like to go a little deeper, maybe tuck your toes under and you can reach back for your heels. Okay? If you feel like you can go even deeper, you can untuck your toes, lift up, reach back. But again, keep pressing the hips forward and lifting the chest up. Right? Feel the pelvic floor draw in and up. I've got lots of awareness there. And if it feels okay, you can drop your head back. Gonna hold for 3. Beautiful chest lifting. 2, hips pressing forward. 1, strong legs. Almost feel like you're hugging your legs to the middle line of the mat as you bring yourself back up. Thanks. and sitting down. Breathing in through the nose. Maybe this time a breath out the mouth. Take a moment, just place your hands on your heart, bow your head in. And regardless of what's happening in the world, there's always a time, a moment, there's always a potential to reconnect to our heart, to become more grounded, to stay open, come from a place of kindness and love. Interlace the fingers, lift the palms, stretching the arms up. If you opted for a child's pose or a different, variation, then you can just stay where you are. But otherwise, just for a few moments, ribs in, kind of lengthening the spine, stretching. And the palms up without lifting the shoulders into the ears. So lift from your side body, almost like feel like you're trying to lift your ribs off your pelvis. Just one more breath here. Good, and when you're ready, releasing the hands down. We're going to shift our way onto the mat. We're going to take your bridge pose or wheel pose 2 times. And so I'll show first round bridge, second round wheel. But if you prefer to do 2 wheels and that's in your practice, go for it. If you've never done bridge pose or not that familiar with it, make sure you watch first and then just join in, because you certainly don't want to turn your head in that position. So keep yourself nice and safe. Lower onto your back, your feet are hip distance, fingertips at your sides, and they might even graze your heels. When you're ready, you're going to inhale. Again, you're looking up toward the ceiling. Lift your hips also up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, you'll just rock the shoulders gently side to side and roll them underneath you. See if you can clasp your hands. And then really firmly press all 4 corners of your feet into the ground. You're going to feel a little bit like your inner thighs are drawing toward the mat. And chest moves closer to the chin. Just gently move the chin a little bit away from the chest. Feel the back of the head solid on the ground. One more breath. Inhale, maybe lift those hips a little higher. And exhale slowly, releasing the hands and releasing the hips to the ground. Shoulders out from underneath you. Nice job. Place your hands on your low belly. Just let your feet walk apart and drop your knees in. Close your eyes. Quiet moment of observation. Staying connected to that nice smooth breath, full breath. And as you come into this next back bend of your choice, bridge or following me into wheel pose, your Vardhanurasana, I just want you to really feel your breath in the experience of it and enjoy how that breath just guides you to this deeper, more profound and beautiful place. So remember bridge pose, hands are next to your hips. Wheel pose, hands are next to your ears, elbows face up. Keep those elbows wrapping into shoulder distance. When you're ready, hips lift. Exhale, straightening the arms up into that full back bend position without letting the feet splay out. Keep the toes pointing forward. And again, inner thighs kind of wrap down toward the ground. Pressing into those feet. Maybe the legs straighten a little bit. The chest opens a little bit more. Let that head drop. Right? Arms are straight. One more breath. And then slowly coming down. Be sure to tuck your chin into your chest on the way out of those wheel positions to keep your neck nice and safe. Good work. Hands returning to the low belly. You can just walk the feet apart, let the knees touch together. Inhaling through the nose, out the mouth. And now let's bring the soles of the feet together and the knees open for Supta Baddha Konasana. And then we'll bring the knees closer together, and in an effort to also give our hamstrings and hips some love, let's grab our strap if you need or want one and take Supta Panagustasana along with our figure 4 stretch.
So right foot, if you don't know what that means, that's okay. Take your strap, if you're using one, into your right foot and extend that leg up to the sky. Try to get the leg as straight as you can. If it feels okay here, you can slide your left leg straight as well. And keep breathing, feel your outer right hip pull away from your armpit. It's almost like you're trying to take your outer right hip toward your left inner ankle. And just a couple more breaths there. If you get the leg all the way straight, maybe the leg starts to come closer to the body. If the left leg is straight, you're kind of firming that leg into the floor, nice and solid. And when you're ready, you're going to hold the strap in just the right hand or the foot or the leg, whatever you're holding onto, and let that leg go out to the right side. Try not to let the heel drop lower than the hip. So like I'm doing right here, you don't want to let the leg go that way. You want to bring it up more toward the head or like the shoulder line, and then drop that leg out to the side. And then keep your left hip down. So sometimes it's nice to even use the left hand and just press on the front of that hip to stay nice and rooted there. Pull that left low belly actively toward the floor to help stay nice and grounded. And inhale, bring the leg back up, and then exhale, grabbing onto the strap with the left hand and allowing yourself to rotate. So now your right hip can rotate off of the ground as you take that right foot toward the left side, and your right arm can go out to T, following the gaze over toward that right hand. Bringing the leg back up. Good. And then from here you could release the strap and cross the right ankle over the left knee bending into your figure four stretch. Your hands are going to go right to slide behind that left knee. If you need, you could use your strap here as well. Okay. And then as you pull the left knee closer to your left shoulder, you're pulling your right knee actively away from your right shoulder to get that nice stretch on your outer right hip. And then just relax your jaw. Feel your hip thanking you for giving it a nice stretch. Just go to where you can. Try not to round your lower back off the ground here, and keep the backs of the hips on the ground. Try to relax your shoulders, even though you can use the energy and strength of your arms to hug that left knee in. Good, and we'll switch sides. So left foot down and then right foot down. So Rooster has something to say about it all. And you're going to bring the left knee into the chest, loop the foot around, or the strap around the foot, and start to straighten the leg. Okay, get that outer left hip wrapping down, away from the armpit. Maybe the right leg straightens. Right toes are facing up, left toes are pointing toward the back of your space. Maybe you just close your eyes here. Enjoy the stretch. Nice little way to help to release the lower back as well. And just kind of counter all the nice heart and chest opening. When you're ready, you're going to hold the strap in the left hand and just let that left leg go out to the left. Maybe right hand goes onto that right hip to press down. Right leg strong, right low belly draws down. And I feel like you're trying to plug your ribs into the mat. And when you're ready, inhale, the leg comes back up. Right hand grabs the strap and take that leg up and over. Left hip coming off the mat to rotate around. Okay. Shoulders on the mat, so make sure that left shoulder stays Connected to the floor, gaze toward the left hand. And here, outer left hip again is pulling away, so there's a tendency to shorten and shorten. So lengthen, think about lengthening left hip away from the chest. And bringing that leg back up. And then you can release your strap and just cross that left ankle over the right knee. Left hand goes into that little triangle puka, right hand goes on the outside of the leg. Tuck your hands into the little knee pit area there, and then hug that right knee in. Left knee drawing away from left armpit. Backs of the hips on the mat. Using your strap if you need to. Feel the breath, nice and soothing, belly rising and falling. And ready, you can hug your knees into your chest, releasing that figure four stretch. Now holding onto the knees and just give your lower back a couple of circles. Just massaging that lower back. And going the other direction. And then taking a happy baby. You can grab onto the feet, draw the knees toward the floor. So ankles over knees, feet flat toward the floor. This is another position where we tend to lift the hips up off the mat to keep the backs of the hips grounded. Okay? You can use your strap here too if you needed to. Just modify, holding somewhere else on the legs. One more breath. Nice final release before a resting position. Good. When you're ready, release the legs. Coming into Shavasana, extend the legs long, adjusting. So the hips are the feet are a little bit wider than the hips. Shoulders are comfortable underneath you. You just kind of shift a couple times side to side. Rotate your palms to be open, just resting the backs of the hands on the mat. Adjust your head so your neck is comfortable. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out the mouth. And just let the breath fall to a natural rhythm and cadence. Breathing in and out of your nose. Letting the entire body rest on the floor. The hands nice and relaxed, feeling the fingers just kind of having their natural curl. The palms open, nice and receptive. And until you hear the bell, just please allow yourself to rest deeply. Just feeling this beautiful sensation of light, stability, of ease, of surrender. Just surrender.
Take a nice deep inhale, slow soft exhale. And start to bring some movement to your fingers and your toes. You feel so you can stretch your arms overhead, big long body stretch. And curl your knees into your chest. And just roll over to your right side when you're ready. From there, you'll press up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. Maybe cross-legged, feel free to sit up on a blanket. Closing your eyes. So today's short practice in those lunging positions that we did, Anjaneyasana, we're helping to activate the root chakra, which kind of governs the that place of stability and security and belonging. So really beautiful that we could take this time, and even just this short amount of time, to do just that. And remembering when the chest is opening, the mind is opening, and we feel emotionally shiny, and stability comes. Stability we cannot find in the world, we must create within our own person. Bring your hands to your heart center and bow your head in. And hope your mind, your heart feel nice and open. And as you step off of your mat today, you do, in fact, feel shiny and stable. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thanks again, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. And if you did, please do like and subscribe. And I accept donations gratefully through Venmo at Leah-Distad, if that's something that you would like to do. And thank you very much. And it's been really, I just want to share, it's been really fun getting different messages and texts and pictures and emails from some of you from all over the place, messaging me, you know, your little yoga studio setup that you've created for yourself with your computer, your TV, or whatever device you're using to watch. So thank you for those. I really appreciate those little opportunities to see you practicing and the space that you're creating for yourself. So, namaste.